Hi, my name's Anna, and today I'm going to be reading Cinderella. Okay, here's the cover. You can see the glass slipper on the floor. You can see Cinderella right here, and then the prince. Then the back of the book, you can see her stepsisters and stepmother, and then Cinderella with the bucket on the floor cleaning around. Okay, let's get started. So here's the cover of the book. You can see the magical pumpkin that we will soon find out about, and then Cinderella. Okay. Long ago, there lived a beautiful young woman. Her father had passed away and left her alone with her cruel stepmother and stepsisters. Although they were not poor, she was treated no better than a servant. They even called her Cinderella, as she was often covered with cinders from cleaning the fireplace. But Cinderella never complained. She worked hard and was always kind. So here's her stepsisters right there, Cinderella cleaning the floor, and then her stepmother. One day, an invitation arrived by messenger. The king and queen were hosting a ball for all eligible young ladies of the land. They were hoping their handsome son, the prince, would find a suitable wife. The stepsisters were very excited about the ball, and were certain one of them would be picked as the prince's bride. So here's Cinderella accepting the message, and then the messenger just said, "Cinderella, fix my dresses, fix my shoes, and fix my hair," the two stepsisters each commanded their young stepsister. "May I go to the ball?" Cinderella asked her stepmother. "Look at you, you're filthy. What a ridiculous idea," her stepmother told her. But she knew that even with her tattered clothes, Cinderella was still more beautiful than her own daughters. So you can see the stepsisters each commanding stuff on Cinderella, and it's just getting piled up. Cinderella was forced to stay at home while her stepmother and stepsisters left for the ball. "I so wanted to go," sobbed Cinderella. Suddenly, a fairy appeared before her, holding a magical wand. "You won't go to the ball," the fairy told her. "Now bring me a pumpkin, a rat, and 4 white mice." So you can see the fairy and then Cinderella. Cinderella collected the pumpkin, the rat, and the 4 white mice. Then, with a wave of her hand, the fairy turned the pumpkin into an eligible coach, the rat into a coachman, and the mice into 4 white handsome horses. "But I can't go to the ball wearing this tattered dress," Cinderella said. So you can see the horses, the pumpkin that was into a carriage, and the rat turned into a coachman back there. With another wave of her wand, the fairy turned Cinderella's tattered dress into a beautiful gown and gave her the most delicate glass slippers. "You must remember to leave the ball by the last stroke of midnight, for then all will return to the way it was before," the fairy warned Cinderella. Cinderella agreed and hurried off to the ball. You can see Cinderella's beautiful dress, her slippers at the bottom, and then the fairy godmother. All eyes turned to Cinderella as she entered the ballroom. No one recognized this stunning young woman, but they were certain she must be royalty from another land. The prince fell in love with Cinderella the moment he saw her. They danced every dance together, and by the end of the night, Cinderella knew she was also in love with the prince. So you can see the prince and Cinderella dancing with all the people in the background. At the first strike of midnight, Cinderella suddenly remembered what the fairy had said. "I must go," she said to the prince, as she hurried down the palace steps. One of her shoes slipped off. She had barely left the palace grounds when she found herself back in her tattered dress. She hurried home before her stepmother and stepsisters returned. So here you can see the cover of the book again. Her glass slipper, the prince, and then her running away. The next day, the prince traveled from door to door with the glass slipper, trying it on all the young women to find the one whose foot it fit. When the prince brought the slippers to the stepsisters, their feet were much too large. "May I try?" Cinderella asked. "You weren't even there," her stepmother and stepsisters laughed. So you can see the prince trying on the slipper on Cinderella. Then you can see the stepmother and stepsisters standing there watching. The prince had only to look into Cinderella's eyes to know it was her. The slippers confirmed it as it fit perfectly in her delicate foot. "It is you," the prince exclaimed, and he led Cinderella back to the palace to be his bride. There was a huge wedding celebration and all were invited, even Cinderella's stepmother and sisters. The end. So you can see them getting married, and the stepsister's crying in the background, and her stepmother just mad. Well, and then you can see the person getting them married. Well, that's the end of the book. Personally, I liked the book. I liked how she's so nice, she even let the most cruel people in her life come. Well, until next time, bye.